Do you know what pop my butt meant to Harriet Tubman?
It meant a whip.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on. Hazel E made her way to Iyanla Van Zant's Fix My Life. So as you all remember, Hazel E last year doing I think almost the end of Loving Hip Hop, she was getting into it with some of the women and she said, y'all hate me, you dark monkeys, this and that. She was making a lot of colorist jokes. Her and her boy Toy, who I don't know what he's doing, they were both saying, you know, crazy stuff. He was saying homophobic stuff. She was saying homophobic stuff. She was saying colorist stuff. She was just saying like black women, specifically dark-skinned women are not checking for her. So Mona Scott, you know, fired her. They let her go off of the Loving Hip Hop franchise. So what else can Hazel E do but bury her nose in some Fruit Loops? She can head over to Iyanla Van Zant. That's like the last place you go. It's like a reality show funeral type of situation. When you're done and ain't nobody checking for you, you either go there or you go to marriage boot camp or some other stuff. Or I think Dr. Phil in some cases. I think that's where the white folks go. I'm not sure. So Iyanla is digging all into her life, honey. We meet her mother, Angela, honey. Angela says, you know, I don't know what's going on with my daughters. Iyanla says, girl, I don't have no construction paper and all that type of stuff, but here is some cards I want you to read. So Angela, Mama Angela, read off some rap, some lyrics from Hazel E's song that we are not downloading, we're not listening to. And in this song, she was saying, pop my butt, pop my butt. And she was confused. She said, girl, why is she saying this? Why is your girl, why is your daughter, where is she getting this stuff from? And I was just like, where is Iyanla going with this? Where is Iyanla going with this conversation about these lyrics and stuff? It seemed like Iyanla was trying to tell her or have a conversation about Hazel E's lyrics or her music choice or something, rather than have a conversation about some of the colorist jokes and comments she's made. Like, I didn't get that. So Hazel E makes her way in. She's talking to Iyanla. Hazel E shared with her that she was sexually abused at 5 years old, and she was abused by a dark-skinned woman. It was 2 women. And you know, Iyanla feels like this was some of the things that made Hazel E have hatred towards black women. And I was like, I wasn't sure. I wasn't 100% on it, feeling like that would, you know, that caused Hazel E's hatred. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, going through some stuff, some situations and stuff while you're young, I was bullied by heterosexual men while growing up, and I had animosity and hatred towards them. When I got older, I just did not like black men. I felt like they were just trash, but that just was not that. There was perception from society and everything else that kind of just, you know, made it bigger than what it was. Because, you know, the people you're around, you're going to experience situations from them. Like, it doesn't say that, you know, black folks are worse or black heterosexual men are the worst. It just means this is my environment. These are the people I'm interacting with the most. So, of course, they're going to be the most to do something to make me feel good and to make me feel bad sometimes. So, and society warps our vision of stuff and how we perceive to see black men too. We see all this shit on the TV. We see black men can't even sit in Starbucks without getting profiled and stuff. We see that. So I honestly don't believe that just that was enough to justify Hazel E's hatred for dark-skinned women. I feel like it was some other things. I feel like Hazel E, you know, was used to receiving compliments because she was light-skinned and this and that, and she has altered her way she looks and to make herself look like something that she's not. Hazel E wants to truly look like a white woman. So if there's any problem she has, is the problem, and it comes from white supremacy, it stems from white supremacy, her being a black woman. She's not comfortable in her skin. She doesn't truly love her skin. She feels like her skin is beautiful, but it can be even better. That's why she's changed her lips, her nose, this and that, because she truly, I believe, wants to be a white woman. She thinks European beauty standards are, you know, that. And that's not necessarily her fault. But, you know, Iyanla's doing all this and talking to her, and then she takes, you know, Hazel E to go look at some black women who work in entertainment and some other stuff, and she immediately points out, I want you to look at her, I want you to read these lyrics. And she reads them to Dorothy Dandridge. She said, tell her, pop my butt, pop my butt. Girl, Hazel E started reading them tied, hand-me-down ass lyrics and stuff, and Dorothy Dandridge probably looked at her and rolled her damn eyes herself, girl, from the grave, honey. So she said that shit, and Hazel E was looking stupid as hell with that damn tied ass, Barbie doll ass wig, girl. It looked worse than the wigs that Kim Zolciak be wearing. As she said, pop my butt, girl, Iyanla pulls her, said, girl, tell Harriet Tubman that shit.
Pop my butt, pop my butt.
Do you know what pop my butt meant to Harriet Tubman? Do you know what that meant? It meant a whip.
It meant a whip. Girl, it was just way too much. It was so dramatic. So dramatic. I was like, girl, is this shit really necessary? Now, if I felt like Iyanla had got off track and she was trying to teach Hazel E how, like, what a true entertainer is. Hazel E, for one, is not an entertainer. Let's just get there. Like, she's an entertainer when it comes to reality TV and looking at a damn fool and saying dumb shit that gets her ass fired. But she's not a rapper. She's not this. So I don't know what you're getting that idea from. But Iyanla started to give me respectability politics. She started to give me, I don't like the way music is and I'm not feeling it. Some of the things that Hazel E was rapping about, I've seen other artists rap about and stuff, but I didn't get that pop my butt shit. That I didn't know what she was getting from that. But I was like, Iyanla, get back on track, girl. What's the tea? So she ended up talking to her, and she had these black women come and talk to her about, you know, how it feels to be a dark-skinned woman growing up in society. And they had a conversation finally about colorism. And Iyanla kind of just goes to toe with Miss Mother Angela. It's like, Mother Angela, some of this shit is yours. You know, this, your child experienced this, and you didn't go and try to get your daughter no help. You didn't work on that. And that's something that we have to work on in our community. And I'm not saying it's specifically just in the black community, but we hold a lot of pain and we don't let it out. One of my cousins, who I was not as close with, I wish I was, passed recently this week, and she shared some details about some stuff that happened in the family that I didn't know about and others didn't know about, but people assume, you know, rape and all this type of stuff. So, you know, this is stuff that she was holding on, and she said this as she was passing away, as she was passing on, or whatever you want to call it. She shared this information. She was holding this. And I know, speaking to other family members and other people on this planet, that, you know, some folks have experienced, you know, molestation, this and that, and abuse from their family members or, you know, probably their mother or father. And there's some stuff that we don't really talk about. I know some folks who have went and told their mother that they have been sexually abused and their parents didn't believe them because it was a family member, or it was probably someone close in the family as a stepdad or something, and that the parent did believe them. So we have to listen to our kids when they're out here crying, when they're out here trying to tell us something. We need to pay attention to that. So Mama Angela, girl, you should have did a little better. You should have worked on that. You need to. We got to do something out there. You know, but our girl Hazel E, you got a lot to work on, honey. You got a lot to work on. You have got to get yourself together. The way you attack those black women and those dark-skinned women and try to call them monkeys and stuff was irresponsible. As you're like, it made me look at you completely different. And considering that your face is never the same for 2 years straight, it made me look at you even more differently compared to the other times I've looked at you and not understanding what I'm looking at. Is a Picasso painting or somebody got hit by a yellow bus? I just don't get it. Iyanla, I want to talk to you for a second. I honestly have a question I want people to answer. Who has Iyanla fixed? Because she tried to fix DMX and he blew up and did some crazy stuff. I think he's about to go to jail. She tried to fix Sheree and her credit, and what she ended up doing, finishing building that tight ass shoebox, and ended up getting back on Housewives and then getting fired again for the second time around. She got fired again on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So did Sheree learn anything from that? Probably not. The girl who was kidnapped or whatever, she was popping off. It seems like, Iyanla, that you are kind of exploiting these women a little bit. You're exploiting these situations and stuff. Not all the time. Now, I think you generally do some good work sometimes, but when I see stuff like this and you exploiting them and throwing this construction paper and all this shit, I think you're doing this for the TV. And I honestly get you as one of those people who are selling red cloths and shit and tell them that's gonna heal their body from cancer and stuff. Come here! Come here! That's what I'm getting from you, like a credit repair agency that I just don't trust, honey. I don't trust you as far as I can throw you, and I don't have a good throwing arm, okay? So, Iyanla, just watching you and your history and how you talk to these folks on TV, it doesn't seem like you're actually interested in going and getting anything from these folks. I'm only seeing you pull stuff out and provide stuff for us to see and us to laugh and talk about it. That's probably why I've never really discussed any of the Fix My Life episodes. I think if anything, they just make us laugh for the most part. Now, there's some episodes that she really be talking about some shit and she be really speaking, but it seems over the last couple of seasons, you're more interested in exploiting the pain rather than talking about it and getting them some help. Girl, you sound like that girl that's on Lost in Space, honey, Dr. Z. Smith, honey. If y'all ain't seen Lost in Space, you need to check it out. I've been watching it all weekend on Netflix. I'm finally finished. But that's what I'm getting from her. She's giving me a fake ass psychiatrist or whatever. And that's not to say that Iyanla hasn't touched anybody. I'm pretty sure she has. But I'm concerned about the people that she said she has been trying to work with and how they have like been now. Look at how she did Nefertiti, girl. She called her a gutter snipe. She blew up. It's just, are you actually out here doing some work? Because it seems like these people are interested in you talking to them, but when you're talking to them, it doesn't seem like you're actually reaching them. It seems like you're just actually reading them. So y'all tell me what y'all thought about this. Hazel E, I only got one message for you. Love yourself. Don't fix anything else on your nose or your face or so, because you're starting like a light-skinned Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head all in one. And girl, I don't eat potatoes unless they're cut up and fried and provided with some sea salt, okay? That's the only time I eat potatoes and stuff. I like mashed potatoes too, but I don't want you to be walking around here like a spud, because spuds belong at McAllister with bacon and sour cream. And it looks like you keep trying to inject some sour cream into your lips. But tell me what y'all thought about this Fix My Life episode, honey, and I'll talk to y'all later on tonight. Bye.
Melinda Brown Duncan, baby.